BizzTalk World talk show presented by Clickaway Creators. Today, we have a gentleman with us who is a seasoned and gregarious exemplary professional and philanthropist par excellence. He is an ex-corporate banker having experience in domestic and international banking services for more than 10 years. He recently won the Business Growth Leaders Award 2022 for his excellence in the business operations. So without any further ado, let's meet Mr. Rajib Chakraborty. Hello, Rajib, how are we doing?
Hi, how are you? I am absolutely fine.
That's glad to hear, and we are pleased to have you on the show today. So Rajiv, our audience, first of all, would like to know something about your journey so far. So you recently won this award. So till here, and this is very recent, right? So till here, if you can please brief us about your journey so far and help us understand what kind of, the journey it has been for you.
Yeah, actually, I started my career at a very early stage of my life before completing my graduation. And then I am fortunate enough to be associated with a group with diversified field activities, especially in edutech, education, higher education, and advertisement field, then hospitality, and some of the martial arts training institute, which is very unique in eastern part of India, like Taekwondo kind of thing. And then I started my career as banker long back in 2000 when I introduced to the system, which I have cherished for all of my life, that is Standard Chartered. I started in the retail banking. And then I moved to Dubai and I stayed there for 10 years, long 10 years. And I have served so many of multinational banks, NBFCs in corporate banking. And after in 2012, I came back to Calcutta, my own city, where I belong. So then I started to work with some startups, like in agri-tech, like in some vehicle aggregators, and some of the institutes are doing phenomenally good right now. And presently, I am working with Techno India Group, which is the biggest conglomerate of eastern part of India. They are having 22 degree engineering colleges, 3 universities, 3 hospitals, 2 hotels. So I am basically heading their 3 non-education vertical. And simultaneously, in 2014, I have started this Karma Moksha Nirvana Foundation. Basically, you can see that after you reach a certain stage of your life when you started feeling that you should give back to the society, because this society has given you the platform, the education, the learning, the journey, philosophy of your life. So I started feeling that I should give back to the society. And fortunately, I have with me so many of like-minded people who helped me to start rolling the things together, and we have created absolutely certain things which is beneficial to the society. We have 3 verticals in our NGO we are working with. Basically, we are actually tremendously working on the killing, spreading of the non-smoking campaign that we try to eradicate the killing habit of smoking, which may lead to the cancer. And this awareness is not there in our country. Governments are doing good. Many of the other organizations are also trying to spread this awareness, but still, you know that 130 crore people we are with, and so there is not enough effort which can define this. And then we are trying to build up some community feeling by restraining these smokers to spread that passive smoking, because somebody who is directly smoking, he is killing himself, but whoever is surrounded by them, they are actually spreading this germ of this particular killing disease. So we are trying to educate people. We are trying to spread the awareness. You know this during Durga Puja in Bengal, it is the biggest festival. So lakhs and crores of people are on the street. They are mixing up. They are in a cheerful mood. So we are taking advantage of that particular situation to spread this awareness, because at that point of time we can reach out to so many people on a thing like 4 or 5 days event is happening all over the West Bengal. So we are trying to capitalize that platform to spread this awareness. Apart from that, as our country is, we are developing country. We are not developed yet. So many of our unfortunate families are there who actually cannot afford for their normal hygiene or maybe the normal health protocol, which should be. So we are spreading awareness for the oral cancer, which is a very, very dangerous disease, and but it can be prevented with simple hygiene maintenance of the simple hygiene. But what we are doing in this case, that these government schools where students from the economically backward families are coming for the schooling. So we are organizing medical camps for them, especially in the dentistry. We do have around 12 dentists among us. So they are enormously doing good. During this pandemic, of course, our that movement is little bit slow because schools are closed. And we have got tie-up with big giant MNC hospitals that if somebody is carrying with our prescription, they will treat them as a very, very, very nominal rate considered to whatever may be the treatment cost, because dental treatment is very, very costly if you go into deep. So, and those families cannot afford it. Sometimes we have seen students who are actually not brushing their teeth even because they cannot afford to have that brush or the toothpaste. So these two are our verticals, and during these 6-7 years, what we have felt that natural calamities can do a disaster for so many people, so many lives, so many families, and you cannot actually predict it. We never know when Amphan will come. We never know when tsunami will come, because when the red alarm is there, that is too late for people, and we are a country of densely populated country, so it is very, very difficult to sometimes prepare ourselves to fight against that natural calamity. So that after effect is enormous. People are losing their fortunes. People are losing their health condition. Sometimes drinkable waters are not there. Food is not there, not available. Medicines are not available. And sometimes it creates the geographic situation very difficult for normal people or the relief work to begin with or to reach them. So we intensely try to work on these natural calamities also, and by God's grace, I think we have made a mark on that particular field as well, which at the day end gives us the pleasure that yes, we can stand with those victims. They are basically helpless. They are psychologically down. They are morally down. So that gives us a pleasure that yes, we can stand with them, and they can feel that yes, somebody is there with us to keep the head on the shoulder. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for giving us that quick brief about your journey. And I think you rightly said, this is probably the time when you feel that it's the time to give back to the society and contribute back. So kudos on that. Congratulations from the entire team here.
Thank you.
And I'm sure our viewers and our listeners will also be able to learn few things from your experiences, that how you have kind of emerged as a leader in the industry and then started giving back to the society as well. I'd like to quickly move and jump to the next question, and it really talks about your initial days, probably. So, if you can tell us, did you face any obstacles in your path to success in your initial days? And if there were any, and I'm sure there must be, how did you overcome them? If you can help us understand that.
See, frankly speaking, as I told you before also, that we are fortunate enough to have so many like-minded people with us. That includes the bureaucrats, that includes the politicians, that includes the entire system, government. Like we have got support from Government of West Bengal, Kolkata Police, Cancer Foundation of India, World Health Organization also supported us for our this uh, anti-tobacco campaign hugely. And as you know that there are certain international standard for this anti-tobacco campaign. So they have supported us with all these guidelines, and the award which we are giving to this pandals or the communities who are doing the Durga Puja, basically just to reframe them for smoking during the Durga Puja along with their premises of the pandal, because lakhs of people are on the ground to help them not to offer them any kind of passive smoking situation. So there are thousand protocols are being maintained, which is guided by the WHO, and their representatives are coming till 2019 to verify that whether those norms and those protocols are being maintained or not, and then they are giving this award. So it is a prestigious thing for us as well. But yes, as every nooks and corner, whenever you start to do something for the society or against some of the wills of the any you can say that personal interest may be hard for somebody who like we have faced lots of challenges from the gutka manufacturers. I must say this on camera, on recording. But yes, our success is that we have made them understand. See, if you buy a cigarette pack, it is clearly mentioned over the pack that cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Okay, now after seeing that also, people are smoking. So if somebody is addicted, it is absolutely their decision whether to go with it or not. Okay, now our motto is to just educate them that if it is not only killing you, it is killing economically your family, and if God forbid something happens to your health, your entire family will go for a toss. And whenever you are smoking, you are forcefully make your other family members passively smoking. That is much more dangerous. Maybe it is your children below age, it is your wife, it can be your mother, your father, whoever is there in your family. So it is not only killing you, you are killing the entire family and the economy. Second thing, when these gutka guys actually we come across, they said that, oh, okay, you are directly saying that chewing of tobacco is also injurious to health. So we said to them, you are also making the same statement. You should in your pack, which you are not doing, because if you open any kind, if you see any gutka packs that is not there, why you should not? It should not be there. See, it is up to the person who is addicted whether to take it or leave it. But it is your social responsibility just to put that in your pack. So finally they understood. But yes, it is still actually we are very we have limitations regarding some economies or some you can say that governmental policies and all those things, that we cannot implement those things on behalf of government. Government should come forward regarding the same. Yes, this is a revenue generating vertical of government, so it is up to them whether to implement it or not. But it is our responsibility to educate people, and whoever is there to take that advice, it is beneficial for them. But after that, suppose sometimes it happens that in whenever we are going for some relief work in after this natural calamity, we get robbed, we get mobbed, because we are actually planned to go to some interior villages, and when you on the way on the road on the way to the village, you might be having so many of other villages who are basically equally suffered. Okay, but your arrangements are there with that village. Your team, they are waiting for you. But in the meantime, while you are approaching that particular village, there must be some things are happening. So now we have formulate a particular work flow to handle this kind of situation, that whenever we are doing this kind of relief, we now generally involve the local government, local polices, the other staffs, or local political bodies, so that they can help us to do our work or job smooth, very smooth.
That's amazing. I think this question should not have been just about the obstacles, because the work that you're doing will bring obstacles every now and then.
Exactly.
You know, so this question really talks about what because you're really trying to bring that change and that awareness to the industry and to the community, and that's where you will and you're bound to see those obstacles every now and then.
Yes,
so
yes.
Thank you so much for sharing those examples with us. How are you really finding or the ways to kind of continue doing the relief work that you're doing for the society? And this helps me to quickly move on to the next question as well. Rajib, the next question talks about the methods of your team or people management. Since you are into a complete different, because we generally talk to a lot of industrialists here, people who are working for the industries, for the companies, but you're working for the society. So that's where it becomes even more important that how do you manage your team, because you must be having so many volunteer people who are working for you voluntarily, right? So how do you really manage that particular thing?
Basically, see, let me tell you one thing, as I told you before also so many times, that I am fortunate enough to have so many like-minded people with me. But what here also, we have consciously taken a decision that most of our, I think 80 to 85% of our volunteers are ladies. Okay. Why so? Because they are having this motherly instinct with them. It is the nature they have made like this. So whenever this kind of situations are happening, yes, we may help them. We may give them that comfort of organizing other things. But when it comes about that politeness, that sympathy, that empathy, a person who has lost his fortune due to a natural disaster, they do require some emotional comfort, that the psychological boost up, that a lady can do better than male. With due respect to male, they are doing also phenomenally good. Okay, but this is the motherly instinct which is already there in a lady. You must agree with me on this.
Absolutely, so, I'm surrounded by females.
Yeah.
So we know that. Yeah.
So we have consciously made consciously actually involve ladies, and who are basically like-minded. They want to do also something for the society. So we have involved those ladies, and let me tell you one thing: they made us proud day in and day out. And the second thing which we have done in our organization, that we made everybody stakeholder. Okay, there is no hierarchy at all. Yes, there should be a body, there should be a governing body, or the positions, whatever is there available. But we made every them a stakeholder, which gives us a benefit of having belongingness to this particular organization or the work we do. So they do it passionately. If you are doing something for your own, maybe it is for your family, for your children, whatever. So you have this belongingness, you have this compassionate feeling about that particular thing. So we made it very consciously. We made everybody stakeholder. So you own your project, you do it yourself, and at the day end, you are responsible for whatever you are doing. So that is our mantra.
No, that's amazing. That's really amazing. And I think that's the right way of doing it as well. Making people feel connected with the cause and
Exactly.
making them someone who's responsible for the task and answerable too. So I think this is the right way to do it in such a cause. Thank you so much for sharing that best practice with us as well. This makes me move to the next question. And here we talk about time management, because you must be always running against the clock, right? You will have projects to finish, and you will have something or the other that was not planned. For example, those natural calamities,
Exactly.
So it is never planned. So how do you really make sure that your time management mantra really works?
See, here actually we divide our work flow according to the caliber of individual with the skill set. Okay, we are very small team, but very efficient team. We know what is the positive of a person and what is the negative of that person. Because when you work in the practical field, you come to know. You might be good at something, I might be good at something. So we have to balance that. So what we do, we create small teams, maybe 2 or 3 persons for a particular job. Okay, now somebody who is good at organizing event, we dedicate that particular work to them. Somebody who is good at the distribution part or the logistics part, so we dedicate that particular job to that particular team. So we basically create some small teams with defined and very crisp and clear job responsibilities. So that help us for basically preparation of any kind of obstacles which may be unforeseen in the field also. So we can overcome that, and we can do the time management. Then also I must say, sometimes it is beyond our control. Some hiccups and hiccups can happen, and it is part and parcel of our life of this kind of job. We need to go with it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We need to go with that. We need to keep learning from those instances and keep implementing those learnings onto our next tasks. Thank you so much for sharing that insight on that particular question. And now we move to the last question of this quick session that we have had today, a quick chat. This really talks about the young professionals who wants to work for the society and who wants to work or wants to get associated with a cause like yourself. So what do you advise them? What do you suggest them? How should they get started?
In my views, they should start at very early age. Okay. Even if they want to have their career in this, full-time career in this, they should have a plan B or plan C. Okay. First, you should complete your education, whatever is your passion. You should follow that. When your career becomes your passion, or you can mix up those two, then it becomes very, very healthy situation, because that job satisfaction is a biggest thing which I have felt all over my career. Why I have started this? Because it gives me job satisfaction. I am professionally engaged in something else. Okay, time is very constant, but if you have a plan B or plan C, so you start that plan B or plan C from your early age, maybe at the whenever you are in school. Okay, without disturbing your normal education, you can devote maybe 1 hour, 2 hour in a week for the cause of the society. Maybe by drawing a poster, or maybe just helping your near and dear ones who are doing something good for the society. You just help them in any way, whatever way you feel like, so that you can have an experience and the feel 100% that what is basically giving back to the society. So if you are learning that from early of your stage or your career, then when you reach to a particular point in your career or in your life when you are professionally satisfied, maybe, then you can basically think of devote more time, more energy, or some other ways to giving back to the society. Maybe in terms of raising fund, maybe in terms of giving time to the society, maybe for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours in a week, or maybe in the weekends. You can plan your life like that. So I think that plan B, plan C should be in your early stage of career. This should be your plan B or plan C. After you reach to a certain level at your career, when you are satisfied, maybe financially, or you're stable, then you can think about this. Or else, if you want to have this as a career, then you start preparing for go for that education. You know, this NGO management and other courses are there, all are available. So you just plan your career accordingly. There are phenomenal career. You have UNICEF, you have UNDP, UNEP. So many international organizations are there, and these jobs are very, very attractive, adventurous, and you can feel connected with the people, with the society. Sometimes it's dangerous also, but yes, that gives you the kick which one may think of. So this is my suggestion to them. Yeah.
Absolutely, especially those millennials, they always need a kick. So
exactly.
I think you absolutely pointed correctly, and it was right at the mark that it is very important to start at a very early stage, maybe in your school days, because in our schools we are trying to create a foundation and we are trying to develop interest into something. But if this was not really on your books, or it was not really on your schedule in the school days, then it might be too late by the time you realize the connectivity or the responsibility that you have towards the society. So if we understand this at a very early stage, then probably this could also become a full-time career opportunity, or you can start getting into this at a very early stage. Thank you so much, Mr. Rajib Chakraborty. It was a pleasure to talk to you today and learning so much about yourself, so much about the work that you're doing, and the art of giving back to the society as well. With that, we come to the end of this session. I'd like to again thank you for sharing those great insights with us.
It's my pleasure.
And I would request the audience to just like and share this video as much as you can with your friends, your colleagues, your families, so that everyone can learn from Mr. Chakraborty's experience and expertise here. And maybe we can also start giving back to the society when we feel like. And just let me tell you, the time is now. Thank you so much, Mr. Chakraborty, once again.
It's my pleasure. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to maybe some young lads who can probably come into this particular field and do good for the society. Thank you very much for this platform.
Thank you so much. So this is Vinay signing off for BizzTalk.